The Stefon Diggs legal trouble has been solved, but the football piece still remains. What team do you think he's going to end up on next year?
I don't know who's going to sign Stefon Diggs, but I do know that lawyer is going to get a lot of work. No, there's actually a couple fits that I've been thinking about with Diggs. In terms of where he can go. I don't think. Yeah, I think we talked about this a couple months ago. I don't think he's going to demand a huge contract or anything like that. But I still think there's some good slots. I think one of my top slots for him is the Colts. Obviously, you just lose Michael Pittman. They sign Alec Pierce to that, giant, I think record breaking number one wide receiver type role. I could see Diggs on the opposite side of him. I think that would be a better option than Josh Downs because their room it's pretty not great. A couple other teams, I mean, the Chiefs, I feel like have been thrown out there for a while. The Ravens too. I like yours though, your number one spot for him if you want to get into that.
Yeah, my number one was the Rams. I just feel like he works as a wide receiver 2/3 for a team that is competing. I think that's totally what he's interested in. I think that's his market value. And it's just a win-win overall. The Rams did, I guess, a version of this with Odell, and it did work. He played very well. I believe they signed him that year mid-season or whatever. So obviously his story didn't end so well, but he ended up getting a ring with it. So it worked out in that sense, without the injury. But I think for Stefon Diggs, he wants to go to a place where he can win. A trusted veteran QB can handle it. Might not be like the only fit I think I see as far as a winning team is concerned. I think the Ravens could be good as well. That seems like every wide receiver on the back end of their career goes the Ravens. That's probably an easy pick, but I can see that working as well. But I think just overall it fits the best. And as you mentioned, he's not going to command a huge salary. So I think it fits salary cap wise with a lot of competitive teams.
I mean, if we're talking about wide receiver retirement homes, I guess we can put the Titans on there too.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I actually don't mind the Ravens slot. Do you think there's any chance in the world for a Bills reunion, or do you think that bridges? Because I mean, they could always use a wide receiver.
I gotta be honest, no. I don't
Yeah,
think that there's any chance. I know that they certainly are wanting to get probably some more wide receiver help, but it just feels like I think it's more likely that he would go to the Vikings, like
mm,
a team that is also competitive but has switched their quarterbacks, and you feel like you're way further removed from that situation as it was. I don't think. I think him and Josh Allen just aren't as close. Him and Kirk Cousins, maybe there's something there. I mean, obviously the Raiders are probably going to start Fernando Mendoza, but on the flip side, if he doesn't go to a team that is immediately competitive, but a team that he could try to build something with, in the latter part of his career, and get a ton of touches too, I could see the Raiders. But I think he's got a better shot at going to the Vikings as opposed to the Bills and the Patriots. Like I don't think he's coming
yeah,
back to the Patriots either.
no, I would agree.
Patriots are dealing with too much as it is. And, Diggs is fine now, and there's nothing surrounding him, but they're trying to figure out their own situation.
As they should, as they should. Yeah, I actually could see the Raiders. I mean, it would always help to get your rookie quarterback a reliable guy to throw to. Honestly, any team in the AFC West. Well, I guess not the Broncos. Before Waddle, I know I was saying he could come over to Denver, but I
Maybe
don't
he fits even more too with Waddle there,
think
like
so.
he could be that wide receiver 2/3.
I suppose I just like with my wide receiver three, because Sutton's probably going to be at the two. With my three, I like a really fast guy. You know what I'm saying? Really, kind of like a smaller, fast guy, shifty. I don't really think Stefon's really shifty, but I mean, I could see it. That wide receiver room, I'll tell you what. Not to start talking about the Broncos, but I will. That wide receiver room has become pretty stacked. I know a couple of years ago, people were saying it was one of the worst in the NFL. Now it's pretty. I mean, we got some options at five. That's all I'll say.
It turns around quick. I got to be honest. Wide receivers feel like a dime a dozen, especially come time for the draft, and there are plenty taken at the very top. So you can turn those rooms around pretty quickly. I like that you did bring up the AFC West. I mean, any of those teams who are really competitive could just snag him up. I think a lot of teams will be interested. If you have a veteran QB who's got control of that locker room, or just a younger QB who just feels like he also won't be phased by a guy like Diggs, who kind of is demanding of the ball and very outspoken on the field. You should be okay, and I don't see why not, especially because he's not going to come at a major price tag. I think it works for a lot of different teams.